Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Seeing a very good response on my Urdu blog of the same English blog. So I've decided to do the same blog video in the English as well. We have come into this world in a time when there is a lot of panic and confusion. And the only war that we have to win, the only struggle that we have to do is to overcome this confusion and panic. And that's all. And in this pandemic, in these difficult times, there is a lot of doom and gloom. There is a lot of confusion. There is a lot of panic going on around. So who are these people who are spreading this panic? They must be the people who love life more than they should. And that's the problem that we are facing right now. Did we requisition this life? Did we ask for it? Whether we got this life as a gift, neither is start, neither is end is in our control. So what is in our control is to enjoy this life, to spend this time in a good way, and focus on hope instead of this panic. And what is our problem? Our problem as a nation is that we have overrated our media and politician people. And they have been faking all the things all the way to us. Just look at Prime Minister's briefing today, where apparently the leading journalists of this country were there to ask questions to Prime Minister. They were trying to nab the Prime Minister, and in the process they were being exposed badly. Why? Because they are used to this thug life of thug politicians. It's an nexus of evil for years, and both have been thriving, and suddenly all those habits of blackmailing and twisting the facts and following some dodgy agendas and spreading the sensation, that all has come to a halt. They are unable to make money the way they used to make. Why? Because they don't have an educational background, and they in the process they have not been able to build any intellectual capacity to ask one single question from Prime Minister that was related to this present pandemic, or they could offer any improvisation or any solution out of the box to deal with the current pandemic. So, or what they were trying to do, they were trying to defend a media mafia lord who himself on camera said that I have nothing to do with any values, any journalistic integrity. I'm just a businessman. And I don't know why we are so, we have a short memory and we forget things. On the other hand, PM should have not remained silent. He should have not defended whatever has gone wrong on Taftan and the Zaireen who were coming from Iran. And the whole thing was mishandled. He should have said that they will inquire into the whole thing and the culprits will be taken to task. That would have settled the issue. Having said that, in our history, he is the only Prime Minister who had the guts to sit in front of the journalists, take their poignant questions and still answer them. Whereas historically, wherever there was an interview, the matches were fixed already and the journalists were already paid in a very good way. So enough said about this whole thing of doom and gloom. We need to look at the bright side. We need to look at the hope. And the first positive is that finally, our nation might be able to break the shackles of these media and these political jugglers. And the best bright side is the center of gravity of this nation, I've always maintained, is the people. People are the strength of this nation. People of this nation have, they again, you have been misled that there is some GHQ is the center of gravity. No, people are the center of gravity. They have defied all the odds. They have won the wars forever. If we have 165, it is because of people. If we have been able to do help people during floods and earthquakes, and we have been able to fight the extremism, it was the strength of these people. They never brought in any religious extremists into power. Neither they never ever brought those liberal extremists into power. They are actually moderate Muslims. The only problem is that the majority of these people remains silent, and those opportunists, they kind of come into forefront, and they grab all the opportunities and get into the power corridors of this country. But if you look around, there is a group of CEOs and different businessmen, and they have just overnight created this coronavirus fund, and they've been able to gather about 20 million where they was expecting 3 to 4 million rupees to help the people. Likewise, there's a group of volunteers in Lahore and all around the country now. They're connected through internet, and they're working on making these ventilator kits. Very cheap, very affordable ventilator kits, and they're going to make these on a massive scale. Likewise, on the roadside, I saw people distributing food and money to all the needy. And this is where we have to be careful. People who are on the roads are normally in habit of getting and asking for money. And people in their house who are respectable people, who have self-esteem, we need to reach out to those people. Obviously we give it in the fear of Allah, but we also have to draw these distinctions that who are actually needy ones, who are not spreading their hands. In the end, again, people are the strength. People are showing so much of compassion with their own families, friends, and even the people they don't know. So this is the brighter side. And remember, we just have to fight this pandemic for first 10 days of April. Inshallah, things are going to get better. So what we need to do is to build our immunity, and everybody by now knows what are the desi totkas that you have to use, and stay at our homes and fight this enemy. Stay in our trenches, let the enemy come to us and give him a very good fight. In the end, those people who are panicking from staying at home and these lockdowns, spare a thought for people of Gaza. Since 2007, for over 13 years, they are being locked down. Spare a thought for people of Kashmir, who are locked down for over 6 months. If they go out of their houses, their enemy would kill them, beat them up. Whereas you just have to stay at home in peace just to avoid an invisible enemy. And remember, those people are equally good Muslims, just like us. We need to make use of this time and connect with Allah. Remember, every pandemic in human history has gone away. This pandemic will inshallah also go away. And the thesis of this whole message is وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. This life is nothing but a deceit. So you have to be able to draw these lines clearly, avoid any kind of panic, and spread hope. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Only Allah knows the whole truth. Assalamu alaikum.